Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, I'm answering a question that I've been asked a ton about in the last few days. With the arrival of Aether SX2, does this spell the end of DamonPS2? Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, I've already discussed DamonPS2 in a previous video, but I'll just refresh your memory here. It's a PlayStation 2 emulator on Android and one that I don't recommend using. I'll leave a link to this article in the description below in the event that you want to check it out and maybe learn a little bit more about it. But basically here, I'll sum up why I don't recommend DamonPS2. Number one, there are some privacy concerns. And they do list it out right here. DamonPS2 requires access to users' personal data unrelated to emulation, for example, contacts and location data. As of version 3.0, they say it requires constant internet connection, leaving a lot to speculate as it is selling users' data to advertisers. And now I've been told that it just requires the internet connection in order to validate the paid license. But at the same time here, this is highly suspect. And a big thing here is code stealing. So the makers of PCSX2, which is an amazing PS2 emulator on PC, have accused DamonPS2 of stealing code. Now PCSX2 is open source, so you can go in and see the code if you want. Heck, you can even borrow that code for your own emulator. But proper practice here is if an emulator is free and open source and you borrow that code to make your own emulator, you also make your emulator free and open source, and then there's really no harm, no foul here. But DamonPS2 took that code apparently here, put it in their own emulator, made it closed source so you can't see the code anymore, and then started charging people for it. And the last thing here is that DamonPS2 has been accused of trying to steal trademarks from other emulators, including their name and logo. For example here, this is attached to the article, feel free to check it out. Apparently this is the creator of DamonPS2. I could be wrong, let me know in the comments below. But it looks like they filed to trademark the Yuzu logo, and this is PPSSPP, it's not DamonPS2. And RPCS3 is the name of a completely separate emulator altogether. And things get worse as you scroll down the list. RetroArch is in here. And here, this is definitely not DamonPS2. This is PCSX2, so I don't exactly know what's going on here. But this doesn't look good. There's Drastic in here and Raycast, and this is a bit of a mess. Now, one of the reasons why people use DamonPS2 and why it's so popular on Android is because it's one of the only PS2 emulators on Android that actually works, kind of. I mean, there are a number of issues with DamonPS2, but it will play some games and some people are happy with it. And this is where Aether SX2 enters the picture and really shakes things up. So like DamonPS2, it will be emulating the PlayStation 2, and like DamonPS2, it's reported to use some of the code from PCSX2. But the big difference here is that Aether SX2 will be open source. You can see the code for yourself. And Aether SX2 won't have advertisements. It's going to be 100% free, which is amazing. So it's free and open source. There's no harm, no foul for using PCSX2 code in it. And the kicker here is that reportedly Aether SX2 performs better than DamonPS2. So if you put all that information together, it would seem that Aether SX2 is the superior product, and it's free and open source and absolutely fine. Why would you pay then for a product that might be inferior and is questionable in some way, shape, or form? So in my opinion here, based on all of this information presented, yes, I think Aether SX2 will render DamonPS2 obsolete. Now, DamonPS2 in the meantime here has made quite a bit of money. In Canada, it's $12.99 to buy the Pro version, and they have over 100,000 installs, so it has been doing pretty darn good. But moving forward, I don't think it's going to have the same amount of success here because Aether SX2 is just going to be a better option. Mind you though, if DamonPS2 is as bad at stealing code as everyone says they are, there could be a curveball here. Aether SX2 will be free and open source. DamonPS2 could potentially take that code from Aether SX2, incorporate it into DamonPS2, maybe tweak it, close the source and continue on charging, and then say that that one is superior. There is that chance. At the end of the day here, I'm really excited for Aether SX2, and I'm really curious to see what happens in the PlayStation 2 emulation on Android scene moving forward. But anyways, that is all I've got for this video. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on DamonPS2 and also Aether SX2 in the comments below. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Thank you everyone, take care.